Feel the Spirit move us this evening. Welcome to the 2023 Access, Equity, and Human Rights Award. Woohoo! And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge tonight is Hanukkah, or the first night of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating. My name is Chris Moyes. My pronouns are he and him, and I am the City Council for Ward 13 in Toronto Centre, right in the heart of the city, downtown here. I currently serve as chair of both the Two-Spirit Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Queer Advisory Committee and the Confronting Anti-Black Racism Advisory Committee. So these awards have extra personal meaning to me. So as a gay Black man, I did not have the opportunity, like you, to celebrate openly and outwardly. And so whenever possible, I do try to participate in events like this and live vicariously through you, and also to inspire those who are coming after us. So thank you for being such great leaders in our community. I'm very excited to be here for my first Access, Equity, and Human Rights Award, especially since it's the first time we've gathered in person for these awards since 2019. Yes. COVID has affected all of us in so many different ways, but we are stronger as a result of it and coming to the other side of it. So it's great for us to gather here today. I'd also like to say hello to everyone watching online. So I'm waving to all of you. I'm sure there are many of online right now. If you are here in person, you'll have enjoyed the pre-show tunes from Bitter and Broke. I love the name. Thank you, Bitter and Broke. Let's give them a round of applause. And I know that they will be also playing some music for us at the reception later on as well. So before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the land we are on is the traditional territories of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. Now please welcome Bob Goulet to provide an opening invocation and thanksgiving. Bob is Anishinaabe from Nipissing First Nation and a well-known speaker, traditional teacher, facilitator, and master of ceremonies. Following Bob, Chris Leonard will read the African Ancestral Acknowledgement. Chris is a process facilitator and trainer committed to supporting transformative change in communities and workplaces. We are grateful to have both of you here today. Come on up.
Miigwech, Councillor, and thanks very much for everyone having me here today and the invitation. I'm going to begin with a traditional introduction, and that's important to really start looking. When we talk about equity, we talk about human rights, we talk about access, we really need to start examining things from a decolonized perspective, looking at things from Anishinaabe, Mushkegowuk, Métis, those kinds of perspectives in the work that we do. And it really begins with the spirit. When I introduce myself, I'll always begin with my spirit name. And I'm going to translate as I go. I'm going to do it in the Anishinaabe, but translate as I go. But we need to understand that for First Nations, for Métis, Inuit, our connection to the spirit is so important. And acknowledge you on these special days, the first day of Hanukkah, those of you who are celebrating that, we recognize we all have a connection to the spirit, whether we're of the Muslim faith, the Jewish faith, Christian faith, we're Hindu, all of those beautiful ways of understanding the spirit, that's something we have in common. I also want to teach, before I get to that invocation, a little bit about this award that's entitled Mino Bimatsuwin. In our language, Mino Bimatsuwin literally translates to that good life. But when we refer to the principle and the philosophy of Mino Bimatsuin, we are truly talking about doing things in kindness. You know, the creation story talks about how that initial kindness came from the Spirit, came from the one we call Gijem Nido, the great kind Spirit, our Creator, acknowledging all the ways that you understand the Creator. That in that first thought that started creation, the Creator, started with that kindness. And when we talk about Mino Bimatsuin, it means we need to really try to model that kindness with everyone. And so I just want to share a little bit about that special award and that special term. So I'll begin with those words in the Anishinaabemowin language, that invocation we call Nameewin in our language. And I've got a special song for Joyce coming up. Oh, thank you. Greetings to all of creation. Greetings to all of the Spirit and all my relatives. Nibissing Ojibwe and Anishinaabe and Taganing, Minwa Nipissing First Nation, Gindonje. My Anishinaabe name, as I'm known in the Spirit, is Mjakwet, which refers to that place in the cloud world where this world intersects the spirit realm. I'm of the Bald Eagle clan from Nipissing First Nation, a little community called Taganing. Amigwech Mishom Sananak Nokomisanank Menadoag, Gin Ejigi K Niminan Gijem Nido, Gi Kakanage Go Gigikan Don. Migwech Nuin Adapana Asaman Ongum Gijgak. We offer thanks to our grandmothers, our grandfathers, those spirit ones that and we invite to be here today. We acknowledge the one we call our Creator, Gijem Nido, and I acknowledge all the ways that you understand the Creator and how you were raised, no matter what faith you belong to. And that one is that one that gives us that good life. Mino Bimatsuin Minwa Mide Bimatsuin. Thank you for that good life that we call Mino Bimatsuin. And I'm thankful for this Midewin life given to me. Amigwech Shkakamekwe, Minwa Menadomi Jim Minwa Mide Wabo. Amigwech Semenadoag Nuin Bindigeon Nungum Gijgak. Migwech Wabedong Menado, Jao Nung Menado, Gabi Nung Menado, Minwaki Weda Nung Menado. We offer again thanks for this way of life. I acknowledge all those ways in our Mother Earth for providing us that spirit food, that nourishing water that gives us life. Acknowledging all those spirits that sit in those directions, the eastern doorway, the southern doorway, the western doorway, and the northern doorway. I conclude those words by offering blessings to each and every one of you in a very, very kind way by saying 4 times, Ag Joemenishnong Jem Nido, Ag Joemenishnong Jem Nido, Ag Joemenishnong Jem Nido, Ag Joemenishnong Jem Nido. Ni Konagana, all my relations. Miigwech. I was talking to my wife and I was wondering what kind of song I'm going to sing tonight. And then I seen Joyce was going to be receiving the first award. So I'm going to pull from my Cree repertoire, my Mushkegowuk Cree repertoire, and offer a Mushkegowuk Cree, a beautiful grandfather song, an honor song in that way. Naha miigwech. She na na way oh way oh way oh mi gwach ni konigena.
Greetings. Good evening, everyone. Greetings and good evening, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to start off with a call and response in the Twi language. When we want to get someone's attention from the Twi language from the Akan people in Ghana, we say ago, A-G-O. And then the response is ame, you have my attention. So I want to start off by calling us into this conversation that I'm going to be having. Well, it's actually not a conversation. I'm just doing an opening statement. Ago. 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 Thank you, thank you. I want to start by saying it is with great honor and pride that I come today to invite the spirits of my ancestors to come and sit with us, to pay tribute to them. When we come together, we call in our ancestors. We pour libation as an offering, as an acknowledgement, as a way to say, come and sit with us. And when we come to celebrate, when we come to grieve and mourn, when we come together to have hard conversations, we invite their presence because we know with their guidance and their support that we'll be held well as whatever it is we're dealing with. So I want to start by saying, may we always remember those who have gone before us. May we be inspired by their vision and valor. May their lives continuously remind us that service is more important than success, that people are more important than possessions, and that principle is more important than power. May whatever we do be shaped and molded by respect, integrity, humility, competence, clarity of purpose, compassion, and commitment. May our children and our children's children carry forth with pride the nobility of the histories that are represented by our ancestors and the various traditions that our people embody. To the Creator in all of us, whatever name we may call that Creator, we dedicate our lives to making this world a better place. I want to acknowledge my ancestors who were stolen from Africa in the 1800s, 1500s through to the 1800s. Over 12.5 million people were taken and thrown in the bottom of ships and brought across the Atlantic Ocean. About 10 million are estimated to have made it to the east side of the waters. The other 2.5 million made choices not to come, and some of them just didn't make it because of the horrendous conditions they were forced into at the bottom of the ship. So I want to acknowledge those who came here also involuntarily and those who came here voluntarily. As we move into this conversation about, and not a conversation, but this awards to acknowledge all the hard work folks are doing around access and equity and human rights. And I see that William P. Hubbard, one of the first trailblazers, and a deputy, I think he was a deputy mayor, but he was involved in City Hall in the early 1900s. I don't know how he made a way to get in there, but to his courage, his resistance, his resilience, I want to call his name as an ancestor today to come and sit with us. And before I close, because I won't be able to stay for the awards and the celebration, I want to take this moment to express big appreciation to all of you who are receiving the awards, but also all of those who are doing the work, who were nominated, and even those who were not nominated. for your work to help reduce barriers, to help eliminate discrimination, to foster inclusion and reconciliation. I say thank you for your work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Madasi, Madasi, Madasi Pa. And I want to close with a quote from Sister Audre Lorde that says, she said, she's also an ancestor, so I call her in. It's not our differences that divide us. It is our ability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences that divide us. So, you know, Sister Audre, come and sit with us. Brother Hubbard, come and sit with us. Ancestors, we welcome you. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Chris, for those inspiring words. I'm always touched by these words. I'd like to invite Deputy Mayor Asma Malik to speak and give greetings on behalf of the City of Toronto. Deputy Mayor.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Yes, I love to hear that. And it's always so beautiful to be in the council chambers and to see you all sitting in these seats. It always makes me really joyful and very proud. And I want to begin by thanking you all for being here, and good evening. I hope so far you are enjoying the 2023 Access, Equity, and Human Rights Awards. How are you all doing? You're enjoying it so far? Yes. And can we just give a big round of appreciation to Bob, to Chris, and to Councillor Moyes for starting us off in such a good way. As was mentioned, my name is Asma Malik. My pronouns are she, her. I'm very proud to be Deputy Mayor and very proud to be the City Councillor right here in Spadina, Fort York, Ward 10. And I am so honored tonight to bring greetings on behalf of Mayor Chow and share her support and heartfelt congratulations to each of this year's award recipients. Today, we are celebrating the people in our city who are breaking down barriers to equality, advancing reconciliation, and improving the lives of our Toronto neighbors, all of our neighbors. This ceremony always coincides with International Human Rights Day, which is coming up on December 10th, and this year marks the 75th anniversary of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. Can you believe that? Yeah. So as we celebrate today, let's remember the spirit of the Declaration and recommit ourselves to building a society free of hate, that's committed to advancing justice and reconciliation, and work even harder to eliminate racism and discrimination in any form. And that is collective work. This is just as important today as it was in 1948 when the Declaration was first adopted. These are some of the city's longest standing awards. Some, like the William P. Hubbard Award, which Chris invited the namesake to be in our presence today, and the Constance E. Hamilton Award. These awards date back to the 1970s and the 1980s. More than 3 decades ago, the city brought these awards and 3 others under one umbrella as the Access, Equity, and Human Rights Awards. What makes these awards so special is that the nominations come from you, the community, and every neighborhood and every part of our city, and the recipients are selected by community members with relevant lived experience and expertise. Together, we're working to amplify the voices and experiences of the people and organizations in Toronto's diverse and growing communities who are making a difference and are upholding the values behind the city's motto. You know it, right? Diversity, our strength. You are making that real and true in everything that you do. I was proud to be part of Constance E. Hamilton Award selection panel along with women-identified colleagues on City Council. And let me just say, I'm sure I can speak on behalf of the selection committees for each of the awards when I say how challenging it was to choose just one recipient in each category. The quality of this year's nominations were exceptionally high right across the board, and it's clear that Toronto is filled with passionate and hardworking advocates and community builders. I feel so honored that I get to meet so many of you every single day in this work, and that tonight we get to celebrate so many of you. Many started small at the grassroots level, and it's inspiring to see the extraordinary impact you're making, you have made, and you're going to continue to make. Your efforts to drive change, particularly for Indigenous, Black, and equity-deserving groups, motivate us every day when we sit in these seats and we make decisions. As we learn more about today's recipients, I know you will be inspired, like I am, by their commitment, dedication, and passion. So on behalf of the City of Toronto, congratulations to all of today's recipients on your incredible achievements. Can we give everyone a round of applause? And thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping us make Toronto a better, more just place for everyone to live, work, and enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Malik. Always an inspiration and a hard act to follow. But I love you. Before we get to the awards, it brings me great pleasure to introduce a performance by Divine Lightbody. Divine is an emerging R&B artist inspired by the rich musical tapestry of Toronto. Her mesmerizing vocals and captivating stage presence have been turning heads in the music industry ever since her appearance on the Launch TV show. Without further ado, please welcome Divine Lightbody. Woohoo!
Okay, testing. How are we doing, everyone? How's it going? Thank you for the introduction. My name is Divine Lightbody. I'm an R&B artist from Toronto, from the GTA, and I'm going to be singing an original for you guys. It's called Saved a Song. I hope you enjoy it. I was taught to color in the lines, never get to speak what's on my mind. Always thought that demons come at night, but it seems they come out anytime. My mama said enjoy life while you're young. I was taught all secrets come undone. Life won't always give you what you want. You better get that head start. I saved a song for you, for my soul that's been working too hard. I saved a song for you, for those feelings felt through my guitar. I saved a song for you, for my mind it's been running in circles. I saved a song for you, for my heart that's been beating too hard. Think it's time I take my own advice, put my insecurities aside, leave mistakes that I have made behind, 'cause the truth is perfect is a lie. My daddy said correct me if I'm wrong, know sometimes it takes too long, but the reward is worth it all. I saved a song for you, for my soul that's been working too hard. I saved a song for you, for those feelings fell through my guitar. I saved a song for you, for my mind it's been running in circles. I saved a song for you, for my heart that's been beating too hard. Saved a song for my heart. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That was incredible. Divine, divine, divine. No, one of my favorite artists growing up was Anita Baker, and you're a young Anita Baker. You will be successful, and you are successful. You have my vote. Now is the moment we've all been waiting for, when we reveal the recipients of the 2023 Access, Equity, and Human Rights Award. We'll present awards in the following categories. First, the Mino Baimazidouin Award, the Disability Access Award, the Constant E. Hamilton Award for Women's Equality, the Pride Award, and the William P. Hubbard Race Relations Award. The nominations came from community members, and we received a tremendous response this year, which is a testament to the tireless efforts and meaningful impact of each of the nominees. I will call to the members of the selection panel to the podium to announce the award. Then the recipients, please come forward to receive your award, and then make your acceptance speech at the podium. So first up, I'd like to welcome Liana Kazian to present the Miniko Baimazidouin Award.
Saguli, everyone. It's gonna go. Liana Gajistio Nyungyats, Wagatsanuni. I am very grateful and happy to be here. Hi, everyone. I just shared in my language. My name is Liana Kanzian, and I am Oneida in Italian. As many of us here, we carry multiple roles. I am a mother, I'm a partner, I am a daughter, a sister, an auntie, a team member, a friend, and an Ongwe Hongwe community member. I am very happy to present the Mino Baimazidouin Award. This award honors the significant contributions made by a person or nonprofit to the well-being and advancement of the urban Indigenous community in Toronto. As Bob shared earlier, it is Anishinaabemowin living the good life, and this is a central way of being for many, many Indigenous people. We are fortunate to have two recipients for this year's award that embody this concept. So the first award recipient for the 2023 Mino Baimazidouin Award is Joyce Carpenter. Oh, wow. She's from, you can look at my notes. She's from Alderville First Nation and has been a pillar of care, advocacy, and love. With over 45 years of involvement within the Toronto Indigenous community. Also known as Mama Joyce, a title that she carries with deep honor. She's a tireless advocate for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls and two-spirit relatives, in honor of her daughter Patricia, and to support the healing of other families like hers. She mobilized education throughout the city about the importance of and justice of MMIWG2S and participates in many grassroots initiatives. The Shades of Our Sisters exhibit, in which she co-founded, tells the story of her daughter and centers the stories of other MMIWG2S families. This exhibit has traveled over 17 locations and has reached over 30,000 people. In addition, Joyce consistently works to support unhoused Indigenous community members, checking in on elders, and always has her door open for youth. She has started food banks at Toronto Council Fire Native Cultural Center, as well as the Native Women's Resource Center of Toronto. Thank you, Mama Joyce, for everything that you've done.
Hello, everybody. Well, you know who I am now, Mama Joyce. I want to say hello to my friends, my family that come out tonight. I would also like to say miigwech to those that nominated me and those that wrote the reference letters for me. I was totally shocked when I got the phone call saying that I had won this award. I never dreamt that my work would be acknowledged. Working in the Native community has brought knowledge to myself that I never knew about when I was younger. I want to dedicate this award to my beautiful girl, Patricia Baugh, who was taken in 1992 at 14, and all other MMIWG girls, trans and two-spirited. You know, when I lost my girl, there was no mention of the MMIWG over 30-some years ago. But in 2013, I lost 3 friends, Cheyenne, Tara, and Bella. And you know, my work has been to find out why the justice system finds it necessary to label all our girls' deaths as undetermined, suspicious, suicidal, or accident. And we as parents, family members, know that's not true. I know my daughter didn't die accidentally, but they don't seem to care about our girls, our women that go missing and are murdered. The percentage of unsolved cases to date is 53%, probably if not higher. So with that being said, I will continue to tell my girl's story, even though she's not here, and continue to do my work as long as Creator allows me. Miigwech.
Woo! My arms do hurt. Yeah.
Now for the second award, for the 2023 Minnow-Bimaadzewin Award is for Shannon Simpson. Woo, yeah. Ooh. She is Anishinaabe and Scottish and a member of the Michi Saagiig of Alderville First Nation. Her work to make life better for Indigenous community members, particularly Indigenous learners, has shown through the number of various ways over the years. Since 2003, she has worked at University of Toronto and currently serves as the Senior Director of Indigenous Initiatives. In this position, she's involved in mentorship, curriculum development, and protocols for community-based research involving Indigenous peoples. She also assesses the university's progress in meeting its commitments to reconciliation. She has played a pivotal role in the realization of renovations of the First Nations House, a home away from home, and the Z-Big Landscape Project, which is a learning, teaching, and ceremonial place at the center at St. George campus. Prior to joining U of T, Shannon spent 6 years at Andion Incorporated. It is an Indigenous organization in Toronto offering shelter and second stage housing to Indigenous women and children recovering from the traumas of violence and homelessness. She has also served as a board member of Native Men's Residence, NAMI Res, and a volunteer for Aboriginal Legal Services as a community council member. These are just a few ways that Shannon is giving back to the Toronto Indigenous community. Please join me in congratulating Shannon on this award. And now please come up and receive your award. Over there.
Wow, miigwech, and congratulations, Joyce. What an honor to be nominated, or not nominated, I guess, to be selected alongside you, and Alderville representing tonight. I arrived in Toronto in the mid to late 90s. I was just finishing up my degree in Montreal. And before I moved here, I was in Toronto, and I did what we did back then, and I went to the Native Canadian Centre, and I hit the job board up, the bulletin board, and back then, we have to go back into the 90s, I had to write down all the jobs, and I went back to Montreal, and I faxed my beautiful resume to every single job on the Native Canadian Centre's job board, and it was pretty much every Indigenous organization in Toronto at the time. And then I sat around and nobody called me. So I moved to Toronto anyways, and I got a job in a coffee shop, and I thought this wasn't exactly what I visioned graduating from university, but I'll figure things out. And then I did get a call, and it was from Andion, and I think they had just received some kind of last minute funding, and they had a summer student job, and even though I was not returning, they said, come in and meet with us, and that worked out for me, and I got the summer student job. It went well, or well enough that it rolled into full-time work for me, and then I was able to stay 6 years at Andion, and that was really my welcome to Toronto's Indigenous community, and that community became my home. It became my place of support, and it really welcomed me, and it's where I've been a very active and happy member of for over 25 years now. So I'm very grateful for Andion being that starting point for me. And then from there, I was able to move to paid and unpaid work, as mentioned, at NAMI Res and the Toronto Birth Centre and Aboriginal Legal Services, and now I've just come to 20 years at U of T, most of that at First Nations House, and now with the Office of Indigenous Initiatives. So I'm really grateful to be able to continue the work in different ways. My heart is here with Toronto's Indigenous community, so I will always continue to do the work I'm doing. It's a community I'm a part of, and it's a community that I care deeply about. So I'm very, very grateful for this recognition and this award. I have my little paparazzi row over here. I'm so grateful that I could bring my two children, Anja and Banakwe, here tonight. kind of a little against their will, but they have come, and I hope that this will help them. I'm not ever entirely sure they understand what I do for a living. Sometimes I'm also not sure, but maybe this will give them a little glimmer into some of the work I've done, and I'm also really, really happy that my niece and nephew, Komi and Nishna, could come, and my other niece, Minaway, was unable to attend. As well, I have my sister Leanne here tonight and my sister Ansley watching. She was unable to attend, and they have really been my rocks and my support system, and always telling me that I am worthy and that I can do some of these things that I put my mind to. So I'm so grateful for their love and support, and I'm so grateful for everyone that came to support me tonight. And this is such an honor and such an incredible way to be recognized. And I really hope that I will continue to do the good work that I've set out to do for this beautiful community here in Toronto. Chimigwech.
Wow, so inspiring. Congrats to Shannon and Mama Joyce. Thank you for your inspiring words and the work that you do. You have done, you continue to do, and will continue to do. You're amazing. Thank you. The next award is the Disability Access Award. Please welcome selection panel member Dana Francis to present the award.
Good evening. So I have to be able to see what I'm doing here. My name is Dana Francis, and I'm incredibly honored and humbled to have been given the pleasure of presenting this next award. The Disability Access Award is given to a person, group, or organization that represents or serves people with disabilities and who has made a significant contribution towards improving access for people with disabilities in Toronto. I'm delighted to share that the recipient of the 2023 Disability Access Award is Shaklo Sharapova. Originally from Tajikistan, Shaklo is an advocate for people with disabilities and empowers women from marginalized communities. In 2018, she founded Thorncliffe Park Autism Support Network, also known as TPASN, a family support network for parents of children with autism. Their mission is to provide culturally competent and needs-based developmental services and mental health support for children and youth with disabilities to ensure that they are fully integrated into society and community life. The group envisions a future where people who experience disabilities are fully included in their homes, schools, and communities, leading to self-determination, independence, productivity, and participation in all aspects of community life. During the COVID-19 pandemic, TPASN succeeded in organizing many outdoor activities, such as inclusive camps for children with special needs and their siblings. The organization has also established a free respite service for families. They organize advocacy events in the community. They create overall awareness about autism and disability and empower youth with special needs to not only not give up, but to dream big. Their strong team of more than 20 volunteers consistently uses creativity to tailor activities and programs to the community and individuals with disability needs. Thanks to Shaklo's exceptional leadership and dedication, not only are people with disabilities and their family receiving the supports that they need, but the whole community has transformed to become more inclusive and welcoming as well. Congratulations, Shaklo, you're an inspiration for your contributions to our community. Please come up and accept your award.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this award. First of all, I would like to recognize these two awesome men who are actually making sure that this table is inclusive and everyone is participating equally. So thank you. So 20 years ago, when my autistic son, Ayub, was around 2 years old, and I had two more other kids, older kids. So back home in Tajikistan, we were celebrating New Year's Eve, and we had several guests, our friends and family members coming to our home, and they were all bringing 2 gifts, although I had 3 kids. And it was so weird and strange for me, and I was literally like questioning myself, why everyone is bringing only 2 gifts, while I have 3 kids. So when I was in the kitchen changing some dishes, and one of my close friends, she came in, and I said, can I ask you some questions if you don't mind? And she said, yes, of course. I said, you know, it's so strange. Is there any kind of trend that everyone is bringing 2 gifts while I have 3 kids? And she was like, what do you mean? I said, well, you also brought 2 gifts while I have 3 kids. And she said, oh, you mean Ayub? I said, yes, Ayub also is my child. And she said, well, you know, you basically don't mention about him a lot. When we ask you about your children, you talk mostly about your 2 other kids, like older kids, but not about Ayub, who has like global developmental delay and severe form of autism. I said, oh, really? And she said, maybe that's if people just forgot that you have 3 children. So this was really shocking for me, and just was like a cold shower for me. And when I walked away, my guests, like whole night I was spending while this happening with me, and I was shocked by just to realize how much stigma of shame was in me. Although I was a doctor with some high education, right? And that night I realized that acceptance actually starts with the family, within the family. If you accept your child with all the abilities and strengths and needs that child has, it would be easier for parents to advocate for their children in the society. And this was actually this is how my journey to advocating for children with autism and other neurodevelopmental disorders started. 7 years later, we moved to Canada, seeking a better education, a better future for my children, especially for the child with autism, and because in back home we didn't have actually educational facilities for him to go, and he was homeschooled, so we moved to Canada. And although in Canada there were, let's say, 0 systemic barriers for accessibility for people with disabilities, but the society is the same. So I started again experiencing those stigma and same behavior we had in our society back in Tajikistan. And that was time when I said, okay, now I need to advocate for my son here in Tajikistan. So it took me almost maybe 3 years to get connected to other families who have special needs children. Why 3 years? Because, you know, immigrant families, they come and spend time for settling, for finding job, for learning language. So it took me 3 years almost. And when I was meeting families in Surrey Place Center, and there were some parents who were actually born here in Canada, and I saw very much difference between how they treat their children and how their children are accessing those services available in Ontario, and how we immigrant families accessing those services. So it was a big difference, and I saw the gap that we are actually in a disadvantaged position in terms of timing. And this is how I started creating network of families of immigrant newcomers having children with disability in my community. So how we started helping them while they were waiting for diagnosis, approval, while they were waiting for OAP funding in a waiting list. So we just said, okay, you just bring your child to our center, and we can provide like whatever we able to do, like respite care, summer inclusive camp, or inclusive camps during school breaks. And also at the same time, we started organizing some training and workshop for parents and teaching them how to advocate for their children in Canadian system, in educational system, how to advocate in front of doctors and in front of social services. And this is very helpful. And I'm very happy for those families who are coming to us, especially when I'm coming, like, how long have you been in Canada? And they're saying, oh, we just moved last month. And I'm, wow, yes. You just moved and you already got, getting some services for your children, because in our center, we don't ask for any diagnosis approval for any medical paper. You just bring your child and just tell us about the needs of the family, and we are ready to help you. And I would like to thank all the community agencies, and especially TDSP and Recreational Center for giving us spaces for free for our programs. And of course, I would like to thank all our donors who are supporting us, and all Torontonians and City Council for recognizing our work. Thank you.
Congrats, Jacqueline. Well-deserved award. The next award is the Constance E. Hamilton Award for Women's Equality. Please welcome back Deputy Mayor Asma Malik to hand out this award.
Thank you very much. Can we just get another round of applause for our recipients so far? Thank you for sharing your stories. It's an honor to present the Constance E. Hamilton Award this evening. This award was established in 1979 and named after the first woman elected to Toronto City Council in 1920. Since then, a lot has changed for women in Toronto, and I'm proud that we have the most diverse city council in Toronto's history, of which 10 councillors identify as women, as well as our mayor. The award recognizes a person who has made a significant contribution to improving the social, economic, cultural, and political status of women and gender nonconforming people in Toronto, and who has encouraged others in their efforts to achieve equality and remove barriers. The recipient is selected by the women-identified members of council. We had, like I said, such a challenging and amazing time selecting the winners because we got to see what their contributions meant to their community, and to be able to be connected to their stories, to their journeys in our decision making. So I'm pleased to say that we have chosen 2 recipients this year. The first recipient of the 2023 Constance E. Hamilton Award is Safia Parveen. And I got the honor of sharing a little bit about Safia with you. Safia is playing a vital role in raising awareness and breaking the stigma around mental health for women in the Thorncliffe Park and Flemington Park communities. As a host and organizer of the Thorncliffe Wellness Cafe Group since 2015, she has helped many women from South Asian backgrounds connect with mental health supports they need through informational sessions and workshops. She also speaks to issues impacting her community, ranging from poverty, food insecurity, safety, and intimate partner violence. By attending Safia's sessions, women have learned their basic civil rights within Canada and are taking steps towards independence, including casting a vote, maybe sometimes for the first time, meeting with political representatives to voice their issues, enrolling in English classes, volunteering, gaining certifications, and accessing employment. Safia has formed a strong bond with her community and is looked up to as a role model for many women in her community. And you can count the women on council as looking up to you as well, Safia. It gives me great pleasure to recognize her tonight and to present this award. Thank you, Safia. Please come forward.
Good evening, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum. I am Safia from Thorncliffe Wellness Cafe, group lead. So I never prepare any speech for today, but I am very grateful to, first of all, to the city staff that they organize such amazing program and honoring us, that they are recognizing our efforts. And I congratulate them for this beautiful setting and the communications at the last moment throughout, from the picture to today. I am thankful. I am thankful to the God first, that He gave me the strength and energy, that I am serving my community. I am a servant of them. I am a friend of them. I am a sister of them. So my journey started from 2007 when I moved from US to Canada. Actually, I am helping the community since the first day. I am a teacher. I am OCT, Ontario, certified, and US, early education, and double masters from Pakistan. I am proud of my country also, and I am proud of Canada also, that they recognize us. I am very thankful to my group, and some of them, because it was a limit to invite them, so they are here. I am very grateful to them because of their support. I am here. They always encourage me, they support me, and their families also, not only these ladies, but their sons, their daughters, and their husbands also, ready to help us. Whenever we have any event, they say, Safia, what you need? I will bring mask and this and that from health department, Flemington Health Center, this, and whenever we are doing our events, we have to take things and everything, they are ready to help me. And I am very thankful to my family, my husband, my son, both of them, they are here. And my daughter, she was not able to come because of her job. So they support me a lot. I am thankful to them that they always encourage me and they support me in my events, in my workshops, and throughout. In the transportation, come and go, that is also a problem. So, and I also want to introduce my daughter. She is also a community leader. She is working for the youth, for the mental health, just mind. So, and my son is also a religious youth leader. So my whole family is also in the community, for the community, every time. And I am very thankful the city that one day when I was in my country, in Pakistan, I was a teacher in English medium school. So I was thinking that it was tradition over there, then somebody will die. After the death, they present the awards to the family and appreciate a lot and talk about a lot. And then at that moment, it come in my mind, why they are not doing these awards or things in the life of the person, that we should more encourage and do more efforts to do that one. And I am thankful that in my life I got that. Thank you so much. Thank you and have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming for our award ceremony. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. This is for you. Don't forget this as well. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, Safia, for sharing those remarks. Thank you for your service and your friendship and your courage. And we can feel that passion and that inspiration. And I know that it's lifted up so many in your community and will continue to make such an incredible contribution. I'm so honored to also present the next recipient of the Constance D. Hamilton Award, and that is the Center of Learning and Development. Yes. The Center of Learning and Development is committed to building capacity, community engagement, confidence, and employability of women identifying participants through the delivery of initiatives focused on workforce development, skills building, and entrepreneurship. Their Immigrant Women Integration Program has served over 200 women interested in the social service sector since its inception in 2002. This innovative program offers instruction, certification, mentorship, placements, and community research, as well as complimentary childminding, laptop loans, and internet cost subsidies to ensure equitable participation. In addition, participants in the center's Regent Park Sewing Studio creates products, attends local markets, and hosts community workshops. These are just some of the ways the Center of Learning and Development helps boost confidence and the community, independence and interdependence, capacities and employability of women in Toronto. They are proud of their story and their community, and we're so proud of you too. Congratulations. Please welcome Karen Villanueva, Deputy Executive Director, to accept the award.
All right, great award so far. Thank you so much for having us today and for this award. I first actually wanted to thank Mama Joyce. I heard about you earlier today, and all the Indigenous women and community members that are here today, because if it weren't for your hard work and opening up the way for immigrants and newcomers to come, we wouldn't be here. So I want to start with thanking you. And of course, we see you, we acknowledge you, and we stand in solidarity with you and with the work that you do. I was tearing up as you were speaking about the work that you do, just because it really shapes also how we continue to build the city. So thank you so much for that. And today, we're also glad to celebrate the 40 years that Center of Learning and Development has been around and has been doing this great work. I have not been around for 40 years yet, but I am glad to talk a little bit about the work that we do, and of course, a shout out to all of our staff who are here, Anna, Malaika, Elham, Chidera, Shahrazad. We are a diverse group of staff. And of course, the mayor of Regent Park, Soraya Ibrahim, who's not here today, but you must have heard of her. Yes. So shout out to all of our staff and what you do every day, because it is through our own identities that we connect with participants on a daily basis. It is through our stories that we bring change into our community. So thank you for bringing all of who you are to your day-to-day work. I also just wanted to, of course, thank our funders, City of Toronto, United Way, Scotia, all of the funders that allow us to do this work. on a daily basis. But this award is actually for the newcomer and immigrant women that we work with. So while we're being recognized today, it is really them. They come with all their expertise from back home. They come with degrees. They come with their lived experience, and they come here looking for opportunities. And what we do is just open up that way for them, but they are the ones that really bring all of the talent. So this award is really for our community members. This award is for all the women and the young women, also the girls that we work with at the center. So thank you all so much, and let's enjoy the rest of the evening.
Just amazing, amazing. You know, the one word I keep hearing over and over again is thank you. To all the people who have come up so far, everyone says thank you throughout. And it makes me, and they're filled with gratitude, as I am as well. So we're halfway through the evening. How's everyone feeling so far? Feeling gratitude, I'm hoping? That's great. So we have 2 more inspiring awards to come. Next up is the Pride Award. So please welcome Ming Yon Sun and Mark Tofoli to present the award.
Good evening. My name is Ming Yuan San.
And I'm Mark Toffley. We are honored to be here presenting the Pride Award as members of the selection panel.
The Pride Award honors the contribution of a person or a nonprofit organization that has made an advancement, significant or ongoing contribution to the well-being, advancement, and inclusion of two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and gender non-conforming people in Toronto. This year's recipient is Mohammed Al Akel.
Mohammed, or Mo, has been an advocate for 2S LGBTQ plus rights since he lived in Beirut, Lebanon, despite facing many risks and adversity. He continued his tireless advocacy upon coming to Canada, where he joined the AIDS Committee of Durham Region, then moved to Toronto to work as a research assistant at the Alliance for South Asian AIDS Prevention. Thanks to his efforts and advocacy, many LGBTQ plus people escaped persecution from their countries of origin, were able to secure the assistance and support they needed when arriving in Canada. He now works as the program director at Fife House for AIDS, Bereavement, and Resiliency of Ontario. In addition, he delivers numerous diversity, equity, and inclusion workshops.
Mo. Mo has been recognized by several organizations for his outstanding leadership and dedication to two-spirit LGBTQ+ advocacy. His positive outlook and exceptional leadership, despite facing many challenges in his own journey, are a beacon of hope and motivation to many from the two-spirit LGBTQ+ community, particularly those who are new to Canada. Congratulations, Mo.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all the genders in the room. It's my absolute privilege, and I'm very humbled to be the recipient of the Pride Award this year. And I know there's a lot of advocates who are also doing an amazing work in the community, who are also very well deserving of this award. So thank you so much for choosing me. And I also acknowledge that significant and positive contributions already done collectively. So I'll continue advocating with my fellow advocates in the community, because one hand cannot clap. And I have to say, I'll share with you like something very personal. This year was very, very challenging, very, very painful. I lost my dad to cancer, and we had like a very challenging bond because of my sexual orientation. But before he passed away, he was very proud of me, and I know I can feel his spirit with us today. I know he's proud. He mentioned it. So I want to dedicate this award to him. And I also want to dedicate this award to all the LGBT folks and trans folks in the Middle East, South Asia, and all the countries that's still illegal to have same-sex marriage. And I know there's a lot of ways, a lot of fights that we need to do in order all of us to have the right to live, love, be loved, and be our true authentic selves. And our journey was very difficult. It started my advocacy in Lebanon, and I lost a lot of friends, a lot of family members. But this only fueled me to keep advocating. And also, I come from a science background. And when I made my way to Canada, I went to the social services because I wanted to help others. I wanted to give back to the community. I wanted to create a change. And also, it was a challenge with my own family. However, at the end, I won. And you can see that with me today, I have my mom, my sisters, my brother, my grandma, and my partner. So it was worth the fight, but this is not over until all the rights of LGBT folks is all over the world, especially in the Middle East, South Asia. And at the end of the day, I want to say love will always win, and queer folks will always exist. Thank you. Merci. Shukran.
My goodness, I'm just so inspired. Congratulations to each of this year's awards recipients. I speak on behalf of all of us when I say we are so impressed by your accomplishments and the way you are giving back to our community here in Toronto. As we've seen throughout this evening, there are so many people and organizations working hard to make our city a better place. In recognition of these efforts, we would like to acknowledge all of this year's nominees. If you are here tonight, please stand. Did I miss one? What? I did. Okay. Now we have a final award for tonight. Please join me in welcoming Mary Boateng and Zerafa Moses to present the William P. Hubbard Award for Race Relations.
He almost forgot the amazing team. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mary Ekwiomo Boateng. I consider myself as a servant of the Ghanaian Canadian Association, or I should say the Ghanaian Canadians in Ontario.
Hi, and I'm Zarifa Moses, and together we are here to present the William P. Hubbard Award for Race Relations. We are pleased to represent our community tonight to present the William P. Hubbard Award for Race Relations. This award was established in 1987 and named after the first person of African heritage to serve on the Toronto City Council. It celebrates the achievements of Toronto residents who work, often without recognition, to challenge racism and support a more harmonious city.
The recipient of the 2023 William P. Hubbard Award is Francis Jeffers, a retired biochemist. Francis is passionate about promoting youth empowerment, as well as science, technology, engineering, mathematics, known as STEM, with African Canadian diverse and low-income communities. He is the founder, curator, and executive director of the Canadian Multicultural Inventors Museum. This traveling museum bridges the world of science and culture to celebrate the inventions by individuals from the diverse multicultural communities that make up Canada.
Francis is also the founder and past executive director of Visions of Science Network for Learning, an initiative focused on the promotion of STEM to the African Canadian community, with the special emphasis on showing young people that the field of science and technology is a viable career option. Among his many other roles and accomplishments, Francis was a member of the Black Scientists Task Force on Vaccine Equity and a co-founder of BITES, a community of organizations supporting Black youth in STEM in Toronto. Thanks to Francis's creative vision and leadership, he is helping to spark imaginations and open the eyes of young people to the boundless possibilities of STEM.
Congratulations, Francis. Please come up to accept your award.
Congratulations. Sorry, I missed you. For a picture.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay, we need some sound and response. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here and a real privilege to stand here in front of you receiving this award. It's extremely special because not only Mr. Hubbard was a politician and first acting mayor of color in Toronto, but he is also an inventor. He actually invented the Hubbard oven. And so he comes from so it's a long tradition of innovators of African descent in Canada who have been inventing and innovating in Canada. A history which is not well written about, but hope that will come more to light as over the next couple of years. And it was really special that this afternoon, I got a call from the Intellectual Property Office, where for the first time they actually have created a position for somebody to look at the issue of diversity in STEM, especially in the area of inventors, in terms of Canadian innovation, right? So it's a really special day for me and how everything came together, right? So it's a real privilege. First of all, I want to thank the committee for the William Hubbard Race Relations Award for selecting me. I also want to thank the nominators and the support I got from Akwato Kente, Rosemary Sadler, who's over there, and Robert Small. It's very important to get your peers to recognize the work that you do, and when I look at, I don't want to congratulate the recipients of the VSF Awards for the work that they're doing in making a difference. We live in the greatest city in the world. Can I hear an amen? We live in the greatest city in the world, right? And that diversity is important. It's our strength. It's not our weakness. And the work that's being done in these various communities by the various people here represented and the organizations is important in ensuring that we got to continue to build a city that is livable and accessible and inclusive to everyone, right? So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and celebrating excellence in terms of diversity, celebrating passion, because you cannot do the work that everybody here has done without passion and commitment, right? And so I really want to, first, so let's give a hand of some clapping hands for the various people who have contributed here tonight. Come on. I don't want to keep you too long, but I want to thank my family for the support they've given me, and the representative and my son over here, Adam Jeffers, who flew in from Vancouver tonight to be here with me, and my other kids, Chike and Asha Jeffers. Also want to appreciate the support of amazing friend Sandra Sandy for being here in support. It's unfortunate that my wife couldn't be here tonight to share with us, but I really want to thank everybody for the work we're doing in terms of celebrating excellence and diversity in the area of STEM. And I really hope that, what is interesting too, that there was a few people here, recipients who were also from a science background. So the mix of science and politics and culture and is really important and leads to the vibrance of our city. And I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and thank the City of Toronto for celebrating diversity. Thank you so much.
Mr. Francis Jeffers, everybody. Congrats on winning the William P. Hubbard Award for Race Relations. And I apologize, I missed it the first time. And so again, this brings us to our conclusion almost, but again, I just want to recognize the nominees. If you're in the room, please stand. We're all winners here tonight. You're all amazing. Thank you for all that you do to serve the people of Toronto each and every day. You know, so it does take a village. And you're the cream of the crop here today. So thank you. So that brings our ceremony to a close, but I just want to say on a personal note that it was an absolute honor and a privilege to MC this award ceremony. I've learned so much from all of you, and you continue to inspire me as a city councillor. And it gives me purpose to go out every day and to do the work that I do, knowing that I'm working with people like you. So thank you so much. You can learn more about each awards recipient and their work on our website at toronto.ca/civic awards. If you're joining us for the reception, you can make your way up to the members' lounge, just up the stairs here. Thank you for joining us tonight, or for tuning in online to our friends. I'm waving at you. I hope you feel inspired and continue to stand up for reconciliation, accessibility, equity, and human rights. Have a great evening, everybody. Be well.